Welcome back to a new video. Up this week, we try and improve on Teddy's eating, we do a home removal of a cannula, and I finally pick up my new barbecue and start a new project at Bridge Bar and Grill. And most importantly, we head up to Gosh for Teddy's MRI and receive some incredibly scary news. So stick around for a jam-packed video here with Life with the Bridges. Welcome back to our channel, Life with the Bridges. For those who don't know us, this is me, Scott. This is my wife, Katie, and this is our son, Super Ted. We are the Bridge family, trying to get the most out of this rat race we all call life. In September 2021, we found our dreams had come true. We were expecting a new addition to the Bridge family. We spent the next 9 months, like any normal parents would, preparing our life for the arrival of our new baby boy. On the 11th of May 2022 at 11:11 AM, we were blessed with the birth of our son. He was perfect. We instantly felt love like we'd never experienced before, and our family of 4 we've always dreamed of was finally complete. We had the most magical first 8 months with Teddy, experienced all that life had to offer. Then, on the 24th of February 2023, our whole world got turned upside down when we got told our 9-month-old son had been diagnosed with high-risk AML Leukaemia.
Do not take life for granted.
We spent the next 6 months, 184 days to be exact, at Great Ormond Street Hospital. He endured 2 rounds of chemotherapy, a full bone marrow transplant, in hope that this would save our son's life. It was important to us that we documented every part of his journey to raise awareness and give childhood cancer the exposure it deserves. After riding the hellish and unpredictable storm, Teddy made it to the end of his treatment and rang that bell. You are joining us now in our next chapter of this journey at home at Bridge HQ as we try to rebuild our life and continue to spread awareness about what it's like to have a child post-cancer and transplant in hope that this second chance at life we've been given is forever. So if you're interested in following our journey, don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell as we document our life as the Bridge family.
So as you know, we've been struggling with Teddy trying to eat anything, and we are still struggling. He is eating zero, nothing but drinking milk. He's really funny with his textures and things like that. So this morning I am going to get about 3, 4, 5 bowls out and get every bit of cereal I can find. And we're just going to do some messy play, some stirring, and just to try and make him feel that it's okay to have things on his hands and just to make it a little bit fun. So let's give it a go. So we have been told that the MRI is looking like it's going to be Monday next week. So Teddy currently has a cannula in his foot that he had fitted when he was under general anaesthetic the other day. And so we've got a choice whether we try and preserve it. These cannulas don't usually preserve for longer than a few days because obviously the blood inside the line just kind of stiffens and therefore doesn't flush. So therefore just needs to be taken out, which isn't a big deal because it means that if when he goes up for an MRI, because he's a baby, they have to sedate him or put him under general anaesthetic. So it will mean if the cannula comes out, he has to go under general anaesthetic via gas and air again, which isn't very nice. But we are still waiting for the further results regarding his lumbar puncture that he had and testing his spinal fluid. So we're kind of on edge here, but yeah, we've obviously got one result, but we just need the rest of them to create that full picture. But hopefully it will happen in the next few days, and until then we do not celebrate. It is still up in the air because there's no point having one good cancer result if another one's going to come back bad. So yeah, if we sit patient and keep everything crossed and just hope that we get the results that we need.
What are you up to, tall boy? Cow. Moo. Look at those leggies. You're getting strong, aren't you, mate?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Peppa.
Peppa. Well done, darling. Oh, you turned him around the right way. George. This is so good for his legs, just literally standing.
Yummy.
Lion.
That.
What noise does a lion make?
Ooh.
Rah.
It's a prime example. I literally just don't get it. We've had a lumbar puncture done and a BMA done, but they have taken loads of other tests which we don't understand, and on our online portal they come through with such technical terms you don't know what is what. And so we've just had a couple more, and I don't know whether it means he's clear of cancer. I don't know if that's the main result. I don't know. I need to either call them or speak to Kate, because Kate deals with all the results, so I don't know. It says something like that from the lumbar puncture result, the CSF, which we know is the lumbar puncture result, has come up. All it says is appearance clear and colourless. It doesn't say anything about detecting cancer or not. I just don't know what that means. I just googled it and it said the spinal fluid should be clear and colourless. I don't know whether that means there's no cancer or it is cancer. I don't know. It's driving me mad. So because we have been booked in on Monday next week to do his MRI scan up at Gosh, the cannula in his foot is just getting in the way and there is no need for it to be in. So they said we could take it out here as long as we do it in a sterile environment. So I'm finding some gauze and a plaster, and we are going to take his cannula out his foot. And then we'll give him a bath tomorrow. There it is. The cannula foot.
Stinky.
We're going to take this cannula out so then we can give you a bath tomorrow once it's all healed. Yes, darling. It's pretty tidy though, but there's no need for it to be in. Here she is, Nurse Bridge.
Teddy, we're going to do a
Procedure. Procedure at Bridge HQ on the operating table. Scissors. Dr. Bridge.
You're just an assistant. Glamorous.
Yeah, glamorous. Watch his toes. Go on, don't cut them off. There was a cannula. It's pretty intense, to be honest. But got clean gauze and plaster.
Sticky remover stuff.
I should go get some sticky remover. Tell you what, there's no rest for the wicked being a glamorous assistant. You don't see nurses running around the hospital like this, do you? Alcohol wipe and sticker removal. Check. Back up to the operating theatre. Let's just hope this doesn't start pissing everywhere. That's what a foot cannula looks like. It weirds me out a little bit, to be honest. Not qualified for this, I'm not. But got another glamorous assistant coming.
As well as a glamorous assistant, I also got delegated the responsibility of executive head of entertainment as well.
Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark. Mommy shark do 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 do, mommy shark do 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 do, mommy shark do 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 do, mommy shark.
I'm about to get this off, okay? Sorry, Ted.
Yours. And 3, 2, 1. Hold tight. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what goes in a cannula. I thought it was a needle, but that is just a plastic tube that goes into the vein. You're a superstar! You want to keep that for his wall of fame? Definitely not. Okay. That goes in the nice sterile nappy bin. Oh, look at that. Let those platelets do their job.
You're going to have a nice sticker and then tomorrow we can give you a bath.
Look at that, Ted.
Not bad.
What's the bet he peels that off? Let's have a sock straight on that then. And then we can do a bath tomorrow. Yay, cannula out. Woohoo! The old glamorous assistant has been asked to go and get the milk now. God damn it, where have I put the milk? There it is. Quick, quick, quick. Milk acquired. Back up to the operating theatre. I've got the mat, Teds. I've got the mat. Nah. Bloody hell. Giving him one dummy, but he wants a specific one. This nurse is knackered. You are a little pickle, aren't you? Pickle, yes.
This is the start of the toddler phase where if you put his juice into one cup, he's going to have a meltdown.
Superb. Brilliant. We're up for that.
He'll put the long number of great things on his toast.
Awesome. Right. I'm going to go bedtime. In the night. And breathe. Cannula out. Milk acquired. Dummy in. Baby bed. That is this nurse checking out for the night. Can we get a shout out to Mrs. Bridge for the chefing tonight? Look at that. So chicken, bacon, mushroom and parmesan and spring onion risotto. Wallop. So we have just an update for you regarding these results that we're expecting this week. And I've screenshotted what we're receiving from Gosh. There has been no categorical email that says Teddy is cancer-free or not cancer-free. There is every result that we're receiving through our online portal is just complete doctor's terms and means nothing for us. And Googling them doesn't give you a clear answer. So have a look at some of these screenshots, and this is what we're receiving. And as parents receiving these results, all we want to know is a phone call or an email, a clear, concise answer whether our son has got any cancer detected or not. But what we're actually receiving is the however many test results we've got back, with lots of things saying not detected or certain colours or anything like this. And it doesn't mean anything to us. So I tried to call yesterday to try and find clarity. There was nothing, can't get through to anyone. And it looks like he is doing well. It looks like the results so far are positive news. So we are hopeful that this is going to lead to a cancer-free result. But it doesn't help our anxiety, and our mind's just wandering. Like we just don't know. So we're still trying to chase for this complete answer. But we are now on a weekend. It's now Saturday, and therefore they're even less staffed. Obviously, as you can see, a lot of them are just these long words that we don't really know. We recognise some, but don't recognise others. And as parents that have had a procedure done on a child, we took Teddy in, we had a lumbar puncture and we had a bone marrow aspiration. So that is 2 tests that we've had, and therefore expecting 2 results. But behind the scenes, Gosh are doing many checks, which is amazing, which is great, and exactly what we want to check into high heaven, just for any sort of cancer. But this isn't explained to us as parents. So we see all these test results coming back, which mean nothing to us, and we can't find clarity on it because they're not there to tell us. And it's something that I'm struggling with because I just want to know whether he's cancer-free or not. Simple as that. I don't need it in every detail. I just need black and white. It's so frustrating, so frustrating. So as soon as we find any clarity on this, I will update you guys on this video. Until then, we sit there and wait, keep trying to contact these doctors to see if we can find out a little bit more understanding of what these answers actually mean. So I am driving with extremely precious cargo. And when I say precious cargo, I mean my Komodo Joe egg. Ooh. It's got its seatbelt on. It's been stored at my mum's whilst I've been doing the bar renovation. But today is the day that I'm going to plonk it on top of my barrel. Operation Get This Home Without Breaking It has officially commenced. Precious cargo. Hey. Time for a racket. So excited. Does anybody else detest polystyrene, or is it just me? Oh, mate. Time to put the dome in its stand where it will live forever. Try and pick this up, put it in without breaking it. Come on! Wrong way to do it. Don't know where to hold it. Ah, this is a nightmare. Oh, that was stressful. She's in! Oh, brand new. How exciting. Polystyrene. Snug as a bug in a rug. Oh, I'm excited to use this. Komodo Joe Jr. unwrapped and ready for cooking. Get in! Super happy with it. It looks amazing. I'm actually going to do the first burn now, so I'm not actually going to cook anything, but just light it, get all the coals red hot, so it burns off all of that factory smells and chemicals and stuff like that, so it is ready to cook when we want to. But yeah, this is the first and last time it's going to look this clean, because once it gets some coal ridden, that's where the flavour is. Super excited, like a kid in a candy shop, and I've waited for this moment for a long time now. Hopefully we're going to cook some delicious foods on this channel here at Life of the Bridges. Time to get this fire lit. Hopefully it don't burn down my roof. It's time to light it.
There's my little setup, and I'm going to put the last couple of blocks on top. Close the lid and let that burn.
So whilst we are doing the initial burn off with the Komodo Joe Jr., I am going to build my other birthday present, which is my 4-tier greenhouse, which I can start to plant some seeds, and which you've seen me planting earlier, which are currently indoors, but around March time I can start sowing some more seeds and maybe start sowing some veg and some herbs and spices and whatever to be able to use on the Komodo. And I think I'm going to put it up at the back of the garden on my decking, because that's where it gets a lot of the sun. But yeah, so I'm going to build it in preparation to start sowing some seeds. God, I'm getting old. And there we have it, my first ever small greenhouse. And for some people it could be very boring. For me it's quite exciting, because I love growing my own stuff. See if a greenhouse makes a difference. I think I'm going to try and fix it to the floor, just because as and when we have wind and storms, I don't want it to flop over and end up next door or something. So time to make this greenhouse stormproof. That's not going anywhere. Greenhouse stormproof. So with the greenhouse done, my next project is this. I put together with some old timber that I had left over from the extension here and some old roof bits. I put together a storage compartment. So I've got a few bits to do. What is going to be the plan is I'm going to line it all with the damp-proof plastics, make sure it's all waterproof. And this is where I'm going to be storing my coal and all my barbecue bits, just so it's really easily accessible for the barbecue as and when we do it. But what I'm going to be doing now is putting on some old feather edge board, which I've got here, and cut into size so that front is blocked off. And then, yeah, plastic line the whole thing. It'll be waterproof and easy storage for completely free, apart from the plastic. So all leftover bits of wood, and yeah, time to get this front on. So there we have it. That is all obviously old wood, so it's actually wet at the minute, so I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to stain that the same colour as the back there, and get in there now. Cool little setup. Job done. Good Sunday. It has obviously been a very bitty week here at Life of the Bridges. Tomorrow we snap back to normality and we head up to Gosh for Teddy's MRI scan. Today he's been like really lethargic, to be honest with you. He's just slept okay through the night and woke up and wanted another nap by 9 o'clock, which is weird, but didn't actually go down, but he kept asking for it. So that's slightly concerning. So we're going to raise our concerns tomorrow when we're up at Gosh, but fingers crossed his chesty cough doesn't actually stop his general anaesthetic and his MRI scan tomorrow, and hopefully it is another thing ticked off the list. Fingers crossed we get the full results back as of next week. Good morning. As you've seen, it's 4:15. It is the morning we are heading up to Gosh, hopefully having his MRI scan done this morning, because at the minute he's got coronavirus, adenovirus and rhinovirus. He's going to be last in the morning list, so he is currently nil by mouth from 2:30 this morning. It's going to be a long morning, but yeah, I've got to get up and do his meds and prepare the car and everything, and then we're aiming to leave at 5 o'clock to try and beat the London traffic, but that never happens, so we'll see how that gets on. But for now, meds and coffee. Well, it is now 6:15. We left at 5 o'clock. an hour and 16 minutes to get to London. Possibly the best drive up to London we've ever had. It was super quick, no traffic whatsoever. That means we're here an hour and 15 minutes too early. Hopefully, smooth sailing day ahead. So the plan for today is Teddy has an MRI scan at 11:10 today. Obviously it is 6:15 now. He's still got a long time to that, and he has nil by mouth, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. He's already asking for milk, and we can't give it to him. But yeah, hopefully that all stays on time, which is the last on the AM list of surgery or anaesthetic, purely because he has COVID and is infectious. So therefore, to reduce the risk of infection for other kids, he has to be last. And then after that, our main goal is to discuss with a consultant at some point, or a doctor, about what these results means and whether at the moment, whether Teddy is still cancer free. We haven't had a definitive answer about whether this is the case or not, but that is something that is on the top of our priority list today to find out. But for now, we're just going to potentially stay warm in the car for another hour, because the less time we can spend in the hospital, the better. Ready, Teddy? Should we head in, mate? Let's go. We're on a new ward, because our usual ward is having a makeover, I think. So we're on Alligator. I haven't got a clue where it is. Nobody's here this early. The journey continues. We've just had the anaesthetist come in. It's 20 to 8, and they said because he has COVID, it is unlikely for them to put him under GA because it's not safe, because your airways can close up. So the MRI scan may not happen today, and because it's a precautionary MRI scan just to double check things, they think it's not worth the risk, because it could end up badly if he goes under general anaesthetic and his airways start to close up. So they have now left, and they're going to get the doctors to come in and speak to us, because we've got medication to pick up, and also they've potentially got to try and make sure the team believe that the risk against going under general anaesthetic outweighs or underweighs the actual need for this MRI scan. So this could be a whole wasted trip, getting up at 4 a.m, dragging him out, starving him and the rest of it, when actually what you've got to think of is the fact that if it's unsafe to do so, then that is the priority, and then we go home and continue our day. But we are going to just wait for the doctors. Hopefully it's not too long. Another chapter here at Great Ormond Street Hospital.
With the doctors coming in to check on Teddy, he finally fell asleep, which is amazing, because he was tired and hungry and overall just exhausted.
Also, to touch base on like us as parents going through a journey like this, it's situations like this which cause parents to have post-traumatic stress and stuff like that, because myself and Katie have taken a day off work each. We've got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, we've starved our son and come up for a procedure which is stressful enough on us, to then have to watch our son go through the procedure, all as a precautionary because our consultant wants to do it, get up here and it not happen. So doctors just come in, MRI scans cancelled, which is good. Less risk for Teddy. They still want to go ahead in a week or two's time, just because they want to check that his sleepiness isn't anything like relapse or anything like that. They just want to triple check. And our CNS bone marrow transplant nurse is going to be calling us later to A, give us dates of the new MRI, but B, discuss going forward. And that is when I'm going to pinpoint her and actually understand whether test results that we have received, whether that means that he is cancer free in the spine and the bone marrow as of yet. So we've got to wake this poor boy up, which is going to be tired. Kate's actually gone down to go and get the medication from the pharmacy. We're going to get packed up here, get on the road and head back home. Frustrating day, yes, but Teddy's safety is our priority, so we stick by it, and another bump in the road. Just going to unpack the car whilst Teddy has the last few minutes sleeping, go and pick up this medication. What a waste of time, money, effort and stress. Once again, purely down to communication. Well, our community nurse specialist told us that they could still do an operation under COVID, and the anaesthetist basically was like, absolutely not. Miscommunication, misinformed, waste of time and money. So we're just about to leave, and then we received an email from our CNS, so they want to speak to us in person. So we've had to wait another 45 minutes to wait for them to come and get their ass to our ward. And I'm down here, still waiting for medication, so to be at 9:20, and it's now 10:24. So I'm going to head up and see what they've got to say in person, but Hopefully it's nothing bad. Meds finally acquired. Now time to go and face the music. Come on.
What you are seeing here is two parents putting on the ultimate brave face for their son after having a meeting with our consultant and receiving the most horrendous news.
Daddy shark do 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 do, Grandma shark do 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 do, Grandpa shark do 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 do. Let's go hunt do 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 do, run away do 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 do, run away do 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 do, run away do 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 do, run away.
Our priority was always keep smiling in front of our boy, no matter what news we receive.
Jump, 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 little monkeys, jump, jump, jump.
Whoa!
Hey, jump, jump, jump. No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
Finally leaving, but we have an update for you, which we will do when we're safely back at home. Nothing changed. This boy doing amazing, I tell you. Quick pre-flight meds.
Spending 2.5 hours processing the information we'd just been told whilst Teddy and Kate slept the whole way home was very hard.
Hi guys. So we're now home, and it's time for an update. So I've made a few bullet points here because the information that we've just received is not only incredibly worrying, it's also very hard to compute and very hard to get your head around. And so I'm going to try not to waffle. I'm going to try and give it to you in simple terms so you guys, as our community, understand it as well as we do. Now, you're going to have to bear with me because there are one hell of a load of unknowns still. But this is what we've received today. So we've gone up to Gosh for an MRI scan, knowing that he had COVID, rhinovirus and adenovirus in his stool. We had the confirmation that it was okay to still bring him up and go under general anaesthetic with COVID from one of our bone marrow transplant nurses. We get up to Great Ormond Street Hospital, the anaesthetist comes and sees us and said, absolutely not, cannot do the MRI today. Fine, which I said in past videos. So we were waiting to leave to pick up his medicine, and our consultant emailed us, which is, again, I showed you in one of our last videos, saying that she wanted to speak to us in person. So she gave us the information that we had two tests, a lumbar puncture, which tests the spinal fluid, or the fluid that surrounds your spine and your brain, tested that for cancer. And we also did a bone marrow aspiration, which tests for cancer in the bone marrow. Now, we received the result that the bone marrow aspiration is completely clear of cancer, up to 0.1%, which is incredible. The lumbar puncture, on the other hand, has come back inconclusive. Now, what they meant by that is that it's not showing categorical cancer or relapse, but it's not showing clear of relapse. What it's showing is, under a microscope, from the sample they took, 10 to 15 white cells, okay? And of those white cells, 4 of them are basically immature white blood cells, which can also be known as cancer. Now, the other 11 to 10 of them are mature lymphocytes, which are the virus fighting cells. So if we cut to the chase and understand what these 4 immature white blood cells mean, it could mean old cancer or old disease that is still lingering around Teddy's body, because in the spinal fluid and the fluid that surrounds your brain, that is a known place where cancer can hide and lay dormant. And when they go through treatment and conditioning, like Teddy has been, they don't manage to get every single little bit of it. And so yeah, which is why they do lumbar punctures to test for this. Now, these 4 immature blood cells could be old cancer, it could be new disease, or it could be infection, but all they're looking at is an immature cell, but they don't actually know what that cell is yet. So as I said, it could be old disease, it could be a new disease, but when it comes across to new disease, new blood cells are created in the bone marrow, and Teddy's bone marrow is completely clear of cancer, which is amazing. So when I say new disease, it's a new cancer. It might not be AML, it might be something else, or it could just be an inflammation of cells, because of the fact that he's struggling with coronavirus or adenovirus or rhinovirus. She said that she's seen every scenario. She's seen this happen in children where it's an old disease and the body can get rid of it, but also those cells can then duplicate and therefore he'll relapse. If it's new disease, it's worst case scenario, it's relapse. If it's not, and it's just this infection, then hopefully it will drift away. In the test coming up in the near future, those cells will have eradicated themselves. Now, what's the plan going forward? Because the fact that the MRI scan wasn't successful today, the urgency to get an MRI scan now, having got that lumbar puncture result, is pretty urgent. So next week they're trying to book us in for an MRI scan. What this MRI scan will do is basically allow them to see the nervous system and give them a bigger and better picture to what these 4 immature cells in the sample are kind of looking like from a wide angle lens. It won't tell you whether he's got cancer or not cancer, but what it will do is give them a picture. So it will lean one side of the fence or the other to whether he has relapsed or not. After that, they want to redo the lumbar puncture and bone marrow aspiration to see what another sample looks like. So whether those cells have duplicated from 4 to 8 or whether they've gone completely or whatever, which will then determine whether they class it as relapse or not. But either way, they have detected potentially cancer in the fluid around Teddy's spine. As you can imagine, this is horrendously hard for myself and Katie to hear this today because, again, we've always knew that a relapse was a potential possibility, but actually believing it and it actually happening was something different. And I can't explain it any other way than that. If it comes across murky or unknown, I'm sure you guys will have plenty of questions. The chances are we won't be able to answer them because they're the same questions we're asking. But all we have baseline to what our consultant said today was, this isn't relapse, but it's not clear of cancer. So we need to do more tests to allow it to lean one way or the other. All it is it's alarming that something has come up. So she said, I can't tell you his spine is 100% clear of cancer, but I also can't tell you that he hasn't relapsed because he potentially has. And he is so sleepy at the minute. But again, because he's got coronavirus and these other viruses, that can bring on more tiredness. So we don't know whether Teddy is relapsing or we don't know whether he's just struggling with these viruses. So because this MRI test will be booked for next week, hopefully if they can get us booked in, because the logistics behind MRI tests are apparently really hard. Between now and then, if he presents worse, then we need to let them know and then potentially have to go up there. They're hoping over the next week that he will start to present better, need less sleep, and he combats these viruses themselves. And we're praying with absolutely everything we've got and we own that this isn't relapse and it is just a virus just giving him a tough time. And so that's pretty much where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a nice thing to hear. We feel completely numb. If I'm honest, we are preparing ourselves for relapse because there are too many dots that all line up. And if he has relapsed, it means back to Great Ormond Street Hospital and wait for a plan to retry and save his life. Now, that's not easy for me to say, as you can imagine, but when situations come like this, it's fight or flight again. And that is why I've tried to take my time to come into our study, office, wardrobe room, whatever you want to call it, and actually give it to you as clear and concise as I possibly can without any dog walks or anything else that's going on. It's just pretty alarming news. So that is our update. For the next few days, we don't know what it's going to look like. Teddy will either present badly or better. Again, unknown. We are going to have to wait for this MRI date. Again, unknown. We're just going to have to see. As you can imagine, it is absolutely devastating for us to be potentially on the verge of relapse. And you don't hear many AML kids having 2 bone marrow transplants successfully. Put it that way. But that just about ends this video. Make sure you come back for our next video to see where our life takes us. But once again, we thank you for your consistent and constant support. You guys got us through our chemo 1, 2 and bone marrow transplant night last time, and if it is relapse, we're going to need you more than ever. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and remember guys, now more than ever, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. Bye for now, chaps.